the two main political parties who are going to the 2020 elections, the Ghanaians have tested them.
Yes, that's correct.
You know, so NDC, they have a leader of John Dramani Mahama. You know, and John Dramani Mahama, you know, everybody knows that he cannot pass an integrity test. Whereby the time he was there, you know, Dumso was there. Whereby the time he was there, he couldn't employ anyone. Whereby he was there, then you remember the Ford, Mr. Ford. Whereby he was there, Sagleme. The time the Ghana government, you know, they said we want to build houses for the people, about 5,000 units, 200 and something million US dollars. By the time we realized, you know, the money had been paid, but we have built about 1,300 houses. So the rest of the houses have been vanished, you know, and some of the money also has been sent to Brazil, you know. So when we talk about integrity test, John Dramani Mahama cannot pass, you know. So it's about what you have done. You have the opportunity. Ghanaians give you opportunity, you know, to rule this country, you know. So the time he was there, the Ghanaians or the NPP said, no, we want to do the free education. That time he said, no, you cannot do the free education. We asked why. He said, because we don't have money. There's no money, you know. So if we want to do the free education indeed is good. But we have to wait for the next 20 years. But the NPP said, no, we have to do the free education now, you know. So the time Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, that time, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo doesn't have any record about how to govern the state. But that time he have a belief and faith, you know. He have a belief and faith. So in the belief and faith, he said, once I come, there is some money in this country. And once I have opportunity, he said, test me. That time, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has went to election 2008 and 2012. You know, it didn't end well for NPP and as much as our candidate, you know. But he said, test me, try me, try me. And you remember the BBC people, you know, they say that. Where are you going to get the money from?
Yeah, I remember that interview.
You know, and he said,
hard talk.
And he said,
Stephen Saka.
You see, and he said, I have to tell my people first.
Yes, I remember.
And he said, you are here. I'm asking you, where are you going to get the money from? Because you are president. That time, the president was John Dramani Mahama. Now he's a former president. That is his name, you know. He said, your president said you don't have money. So if you have the mandate, where are you going to how are you going to get the money? You know. And he said, I have to tell my people first. And you know, even that time too, you know, that time too, the NDC people was teasing and laughing because they think it's not possible. You know, they think it's not possible. But the time Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo went to the election, the Ghanaians said, okay, you have been crying for so long, so let's try you and see. Either you can do it, you know. By the time they give him the mandate, you know, immediately the first year, the Nana Akufo-Addo did not push his promise to the second or third year. The first year, you know, he said, no, the free education must come on. Then he has done it. Now we have the free education. So we are comparing somebody, you know, who was the president, and he said free education, yes, is good, but it must take place in 20 years' time. And somebody who was in the opposition, he said, once I come, there's some money there, we will do. And especially the COVID now, the COVID, you know, now have told me that, yes, indeed, there is some money in this country. The way the president has managed the country, you know, that he has managed it. And the COVID is not only in Ghana.
You talked about COVID and you talked about President Mahama being lacking integrity.
Yes.
Okay. When COVID came, people began to recognize why President Mahama put up Rage Hospital, University of Ghana Medical Center. These are things that have been very critical to the success of the COVID project. But these are John Mahama's projects.
My brother.
Yes.
My brother, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Ridge Hospital, is good. But Ridge Hospital is a renovation.
Yes, but University of Ghana Medical Center is new.
But I want to put it blank to you that Ridge Hospital was there.
It was there, but it was renovated.
So they renovated, and it's how much they renovated. It was 240 million US dollars. Recently, the same hospital, even is a little bit bigger than the Ridge Hospital we just done the renovation. It go with 80 million US dollars. This is what Nana Akufo-Addo has cut the short. And the Ridge Hospital is just situated in one area.
We have
Kolebu.
Yes.
And we have a lot of hospital also to support. Ridge Hospital is good. But look, it's not only Ridge Hospital, because we are having a country, and the COVID, once it comes, it's something that immediately is affect you. You cannot fly or drive from Kumasi to here. Then that time you would have died already.
Yes. So you need a hospital in your community. But
the time Nana Akufo-Addo came, what he did was he brought
ambulance.
Self-fly. Self-fly, the aeroplane.
The one that flies the blood.
The blood. That time the Ghanaians, we don't know. We say, hey, what are you going to do? But we forgot that God only speaks to the leader. And then Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, this is what the country needs. That time, we have no idea this disease is coming into the world. As much as saying is coming to the country, So, and from there to then, he bought, for the first time, 307 ambulances. And each ambulance is like a hospital. If you see
a mini small hospital.
It's a mini small hospital.
Yeah.
You see. So you see that, and apart from that, that time too, Nana Akufo-Addo also have paid the debt of national health insurance, because the time we came to the power, the government owned the service providers. And that time they have used, we was owing about 1.2 billion.
To the service providers of the National Health Insurance.
Yes, they was owing about 1.2 billion. So if they didn't pay the service providers, and this COVID came, nobody will trust the government. So it was a movement.
Like apartheid.
Yes, it was a movement, and
in health,
and also the government also reduced the electricity bills.
Yes, everyone talks about that.
So when you go to the hospitals, you see that the electricity bills have been reduced. Their private hospitals and the government hospitals, the electricity bills and the water bills have been reduced. Whereby former President Mahama time, he said that you can only have a light whereby we increase the price into 15% and water into 15%. If you Google, you will see and you will know. So it was a system. It was a good governance. When we talk about governance, it's about knowing. That is why when you read Mark chapter 4, verse 11 to 12 to 13, he said, it has given to you to know the mystery in the kingdom of God. But them, it has given to them in Proverbs so that they won't understand and do it. They have eyes, but they cannot see. They have ears, but they cannot listen. So the time former President Mahama was...
We have to check the scripture.
Yes.
Mark chapter what?
Mark chapter 4. No, once I quote, it's like that. Once I quote, it's like that. So the
Mark chapter 4, verse what?
11, going upwards. So what I was saying is that
11 and 12.
Yes. You see. So the time. President, what do you call it? The time President.
Hold on. Let me read it.
Okay.
Viewers, I have it here right there. So Mark chapter 4, verse 11, New International Version. He said, he told them, the secret of the kingdom of God has been given to you, but to those on the outside, everything is said in parables, so that they may never ever seeing but perceiving, and ever hearing but never understanding, Otherwise, they might turn and be forgiven. It's almost like a curse for those who cannot hear it.
You see? You see?
Yeah.
You see? And then you can.
That has been given to you.
Yes, it
but
has
for
been
the
given to you.
outsiders, everything is in parables.
Yes.
So that they may see, but they won't perceive.
Yes.
They may hear, but they won't understand it.
You won't understand it.
And that because if they do, they might turn and they'll be forgiven. So God doesn't want them to be forgiven, the outsiders.
Look, that is the inheritance. That is the inheritance of Nana Akufo-Addo, and then comparing him to former President Mahama. It's the same Ghana. It's the same Ghana. It's the same land size. It's the same land size, but it's the same Bank of Ghana we are having. But one came, he couldn't manage our economy, so he brought in IMF, because if you cannot manage your country well, the world cannot look at you to collapse your country economy for people to starve and die. So the world have arranged a system like IMF to support. If you cannot rule, if you cannot think properly, if you cannot see, if you cannot hear, if you cannot go, so IMF come and take in charge. So with that time we have a Bank of Ghana, but it was Bank of Ghana / IMF, because you cannot make a decision for yourself, because you cannot see. But immediately Nana Akufo-Addo came, that time our economy they were saying is bad. Now IMF is gone. Now we can employ 3 years now, nearly to 3.5 years now. Now NPP has employed over 540,000 people,
including NAPCO
and afforestation, including police.
And IMF is gone.
And IMF also is gone. It's a good management. This is a clear thing to tell you. Bible don't lie. Bible don't lie. You can go to the 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 12. So far as
are you a Christian, by the way? Are you?
I'm a Christian, by the way.
Yeah, are you like a big Christian? Are you big like like Bishop Owusu Bempa or Reverend Ajin Asari?
We see this. It has been written.
1 Peter
chapter 3 verse 12. Why are you amazed?
I am, yes, indeed. I have to say that I'm quite impressed with you.
You are quite impressed?
Yeah, analysis.
You see, it happened the time when...
Taking it from the Bible and then,
the time Jesus was, it's the same thing. They brought in a book. We call it Bubongoma, for the script.
1 Peter chapter 3 verse...
12.
Okay.
12.
Yeah, I'll get it in a minute.
Yes.
Okay, it says... 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 12, viewers, yes. New International Version. It says, for the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous.
The God, his eyes is on the righteous. His eyes is on Nana Akufo-Addo.
And his ears are attentive to their prayer.
And anytime Nana Akufo-Addo prays, he hear, he answer it. So the time he had a mandate, he said, I will build a house for the Lord.
But then there's another one. It says, but the face of the Lord is against those who do evil.
But then he's talking about John Mahama.
Oh no, please.
So he said,
no, you can't say that.
That is the scripture.
Yeah, the scripture hasn't got John Mahama's name in there.
Oh, please. Now
it says, but the face of the Lord is against those who do evil.
So what is those? What is,
some people.
What
let me take it again. It says that. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous.
It's on the look.
And his ears are attentive to their prayer.
I'm coming. In the country, what do we need? Is it the development?
Yes.
Why do we vote? Is it the development?
Yes.
We vote for development.
Yeah.
So the free education has come.
Yes.
It has come.
It has come, yes.
So it's a good thing.
A very good thing.
So the Bible is talking. So NAPCO people and the youth has gotten the jobs.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
The food has come abundantly.
Yes.
Isn't it? One district, one factory you can see. Now, if you are driving across the city of Accra and even beyond. You see good roads, isn't it?
I don't know. They are doing the roads.
Have you visited Tema recently?
Tema, no, I've not been.
Why?
Oh, you are talking about the motorway. I've seen it.
Yes,
I've seen it.
Yes,
I've seen it.
You have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen the motorway. Yes,
it's good.
It's good. It's nice.
Yes. So we are talking about somebody who said the school free education is good, but it must take place in 20 years. And somebody said now, and somebody have done it now. So First Peter chapter 3, verse 12 is talking about two people. So he used those for the evil one,
so the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous.
For the right
eyes
of the Lord
are on the righteous.
And
his ears are attentive to their prayer.
So the Lord, his eyes, you see, his eyes and ears is with Nana Akufo-Addo.
But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil.
So those who do who does evil. That time we have having a doom so. You remember we has.
Why is that evil?
God used a light to explain for us to see good, what is good.
Yes.
So if you are having doom so, if you go blackout, you know, if the country is dark,
the whole nation,
yeah, the whole nation, you know, then it's telling you something. If that time John Mahama was, if that time you would have taken advantage of his time, assuming that the time John Mahama was there, he brought a free education. Now all the universities also will be having, or the tertiary will have a free education. You know, so we are building the country. So God is using His word to clarify two people, for us to know two people. You know, He said He gives some talent. He gives them talent. This is the talent, and all of them have exhibited their talent. So Nana Akufo-Addo have exhibited his good talent, and John Dramani Mahama has exhibited bad talent. And you have to know now, because Nana Akufo-Addo has exhibited good talent within 3 years. Now, even John Mahama himself think that Akufo-Addo has been spent 8 years already on the seat.
Oh, every politician does that. I know what you're talking about.
No, he said it.
I know what you're talking about. When he spoke at the board.
No. He said it on the polling station.
Yes, at the polling station.
Do you know where it happens?
In Bole, when he went to register.
But if you go to the Bible, you know, there was a king called Saul. So the time Samuel told him that, you know, you have here, you are a kingdom. So you are no more a king. You know, so I have anointed David to succeed you, although you are alive. You know, so what happened was that Saul was angry. So Saul was trying to use his physical medicine to fight God. You know, so Saul said, no, I want to fight back and get my kingdom back. You know, so the time he said, okay, why I don't kill David? So David flee into the house of God. So Saul also sent some people there to go and kill David. Immediately they saw David, they started prophesying.
That's what?
That you are the king of Israel.
I see.
You know, then when he sent people, immediately they see him, they say you are the king of Israel. You know, then
when Saul sent people to kill David.
Yes.
When they saw David, they prophesied that you are the king.
They prophesied that you are the king. You know, so Saul himself said, no, the people have disappointed me. So I want to go myself to go and kill David. So immediately he also went into the synagogue. You know, he saw David. Then he said, you are the king of Israel. So it's the same thing. It was a prophecy. What manifested in John Dramani Mahama at his hometown was a prophecy. And I think that God pushed him to the right place for him to go and announce Nana Akufo-Addo 8 years ruling of Ghana. You see, so it's a prophecy. You cannot deny. Look, it's a Saul. It's the only Saul, you know, he was overthrown and he want to come back. Since from Fourth Republic, no president have ever voted out or has gone and he said he want to come back.
We've never had a one-term president.
That is
no
why,
president has been qualified to do that.
That is why I said no president. So it means that we don't have.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah.
It means that we don't have. So it's only John Dramani Mahama. So if you compare Saul and John Dramani Mahama, you see that it's a John Dramani Mahama is a Saul, and you see that Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is a David. So David come and do a lot of things for Israel. So you can see clearly from First Peter chapter 3 verse 12. This is what he was talking about. And Mark chapter 4 verse 11 to 12. This is what God was talking about.